The Ukrainian Air Force Command reported that 11 kamikaze drones and 58 of 69 Russian missiles were shot down yesterday. More attacks took place today, killing at least 2 people. As of this evening, there are power outages in most regions of Ukraine, but this is nothing compared with what could have happened if it were not for our heroic anti-aircraft troops and air defense. The frontline situation has remained without significant changes over the last day. The enemy has not abandoned the insane idea of capturing the Donetsk region. Now, they set themselves a task to capture the Donetsk region before the new year. Ukraine's energy system has come under Russian fire almost daily for more than 2 months. Thermal power plants representing more than 50% of the country's energy infrastructure have been damaged, Ukraine's energy minister told Niezależna.pl in an interview. In addition to the restoration of energy supplies, the deployment of invincibility centers is underway across the country. These are specially equipped places where you can come to warm up, charge phones, access the internet, and replenish drinking water supplies. More than 5,000 such points are already in operation, and the number is expected to triple. Despite the temporary warming, people are suffering from shortages of energy and basic products. The situation is being followed by our correspondent Witold Newewicz. The change in temperature, on the one hand, has not had the best effect on the maneuverability of the Ukrainian army. Maybe that's why we're waiting, and an offensive was already announced before Christmas. But it certainly relieved the plight of residents. People are coping as best as they can. Generators are being used. Ukrainians, of course, always have celebrated very festively and lavishly the arrival of the new year. This year it will be impossible, because the Ukrainian authorities have decided not to lift the curfew from any cities or places in Ukraine. The situation is bad. They shoot at night. They destroyed that house over there today. Our street is all right for now. I can't remember the last time it was peaceful. There is no electricity, no water, nothing. Worst of all, no electricity and no communication with anyone. This is a tragedy in itself. There has been no electricity for some 6 to 7 months.
Well, I never imagined that.
I never thought something of this magnitude would happen in my country. I never thought that I would be delivering humanitarian aid to people who live in one of the most fertile lands in the world. Earlier today, Vladimir Putin held a conversation with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The Russian president invited the Chinese president to visit Moscow in the spring of 2023. A special place in the entire range of Russian-Chinese cooperation and our relations is taken by military and a military technical cooperation. We aim to strengthen cooperation between the armed forces of Russia and China. Beijing has so far shown no willingness to provide direct material support to Russia to avoid provoking Western sanctions. Nevertheless, China does not condemn the invasion of Ukraine. In the face of a difficult and far from unambiguous international situation, we are ready to build up strategic cooperation with Russia, provide each other with development opportunities, be global partners for the benefit of the peoples of our countries, and in the interests of stability throughout the world. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has called on member states to supply Ukraine with more weapons. It may sound paradoxical, but military support for Ukraine is the fastest way to peace, Stoltenberg said today in an interview with DPA.